Why is conversation important? Well, conversation is the foundation of any relationship, whether it's personal or professional. Conversation allows you to express yourself, connect with others, exchange ideas, and learn new things. Conversation can also boost your confidence, charisma, and social intelligence. But conversation is not always easy. Many people struggle with finding the right words, keeping the conversation going, or avoiding awkward silences. If you are one of them, don't worry. You can improve your conversation skills with some practice and tips. Here are some of them. Number 1. Lead with a compliment. A compliment is a great way to start a conversation because it shows that you are friendly, attentive, and interested in the other person. It also makes the other person feel good and more likely to respond positively. But make sure your compliment is sincere, specific, and appropriate. For example, instead of saying, "You look nice today," you could say, "I like your shirt, it suits you well." Number 2, embrace small talk. Small talk is often seen as boring or superficial, but it is actually a necessary and useful skill. Small talk is what helps you break the ice, establish rapport, and find common ground with someone. Small talk also leads to deeper and more meaningful conversations, as you gradually reveal more about yourself and learn more about the other person. So don't be afraid to talk about the weather, the event, the food, or anything else that is relevant and easy to relate to. Number 3, ask open-ended questions. Questions are the fuel of any conversation because they keep it flowing and show that you are curious and engaged. But not all questions are equal. Some questions are closed-ended, meaning they can be answered with a yes or no or a short fact. These questions are fine for getting information, but they don't encourage elaboration or exploration. Open-ended questions, on the other hand, are questions that invite the other person to share their thoughts, feelings, opinions, or stories. These questions are more interesting and stimulating, and they allow you to discover more about the other person. For example, instead of asking, "Do you like your job?" you could ask, "What do you enjoy most about your job?" Number 4, listen actively. Listening is not just hearing what the other person says, but also paying attention to how they say it and what they mean by it. Listening is a sign of respect, interest, and empathy, and it makes the other person feel valued and understood. Listening also helps you learn more about the other person and respond accordingly. To listen actively, you need to avoid distractions, maintain eye contact, nod and smile, and use verbal and nonverbal feedback such as I see, or "that's interesting." You also need to avoid interrupting, judging, or giving unsolicited advice unless the other person asks for it. Number 5, add value. Adding value means contributing something to the conversation that is relevant, helpful, or entertaining. It could be a piece of information, a personal experience, a joke, a compliment, or a suggestion. Adding value shows that you are not just a passive listener, but also an active participant who has something to offer. Adding value also makes the conversation more enjoyable, memorable, and rewarding for both parties. To add value, you need to be observant, creative, and generous. You also need to balance your input with the other person's and avoid dominating or monopolizing the conversation. Number 6, end on a high note. Ending a conversation is as important as starting it because it leaves a lasting impression on the other person. You want to end the conversation on a positive note so that the other person feels good about you and the interaction. To end the conversation on a high note, you need to signal that you are ready to wrap up, summarize what you have learned or enjoyed, express your appreciation and gratitude, and exchange contact information or future plans, if appropriate. For example, you could say, "Well, it was great talking to you. I learned a lot about your work and hobbies. Thank you for your time and insights. I hope to see you again soon, maybe at the next event or online. Here is my card. Feel free to reach out anytime." These are some of the tips and tricks that can help you master the art of conversation as a man. Remember, conversation is a skill that you can learn and improve with practice and feedback. So don't be afraid to talk to people and have fun with it. You never know who you might meet, what you might learn, or what opportunities you might create. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on self-development. See you next time.